Hey creators, want to level up your art? Let's use flat colors for big impact with cel shading. In this video, we will explore cel shading from sketch to final art. Download Sketch and Color Palette. Wait, you got an assignment? Yep. Download second Sketch and then add shades and color it in after watching the video. And then DM me your artwork on Instagram at melbaclog. Then I'll share your masterpiece. Let's get creative. Starting off with the Loomis method, draw a circle first for the head and draw a midline of the face. Draw two more vertical lines for defining the contours of face. Remember, the space between the two sections is almost equal. Vertical lines for the contours of face would not go straight. They would go as slanted. Mark the eyebrow line dividing the circle into two halves. Upper is slightly larger. Also, mark nose line, chin line, and hairline. Remember, the three parts have increasing distances, with the first part being the smallest, second part larger, and the third part the largest. Mark the jaw lines in a way that it divides the nose to chin distance into two parts, upper smaller and the lower larger. Now mark the neckline and the lines for the torso. Draw a landmark for the eye, and it should be the midpoint between the eyebrow and the nose. Draw the ear and position it so that it starts slightly above the eye line and ends slightly below the nose line. Note that the left ear appears slightly thinner while the right ear appears wider. It is due to the slight tilt of the face to the left. With proportions and landmarks in place, we can now add details more easily. Now let's add simple shapes for facial features. When drawing simple shapes for the eyes, note the distance of each eye from the midline. The right eye is closer to midline than the left eye, and it creates a difference in spacing relative to the sides of face. This is due to the slight tilt of the face to the left side. Also, note the distance between the eyes and the eyebrows. Draw the simple shape for nose. When drawing the nose, mark its placement relative to eyes. Start drawing the nose shape from the nose line and ensure it ends above it. Add a line for the mouth. Mark the points for the jawline and it should be above the jawline. Now draw thick lips. Also, note the distance between the base of nose and the upper lip, as well as the distance between the lower lip and chin. With the proportions and facial guidelines set, we can add rough details more easily. I have zoomed in on the canvas, but not so much that I can only see one side at a time. I can still see both sides, which makes it easier to add rough details in relation to one another. I am adding some basic simple rough details that I think you'll all be able to follow along easily. I am rounding out the edges, adding subtle curves to the facial features. Draw the sides of forehead with a slight inward slant towards the midline. Now draw the sides of the face, define the cheekbones, and as you continue drawing down, let the sides of the face slant inward towards the midline. Now draw the rough shapes for ear, neck, and the torso. Add rough details to torso as well. When drawing the simple lines for hair shape, consider one thing. Make the hairline of left side slightly thinner while the right side slightly wider. This is due to the slight tilt of head towards the left. And with all that, we are done with rough detail. Now the next step is to add fine details. Alright, final details are done. Honestly, this step was not a big change since I just refined the lines and didn't add much new. You can download the sketch, go and check out the description below. Now we would add base color. First, we are going to change the background color. Select the first color and you can see the hex code in here. Then you need to go to color panel, select the second color, and you can see its hex code. Add this color to your face and boom, we're done. Next, add a new layer and arrange it below. Now select the dark color and add it to here. And boom, we are done. Now use the same color to add color to the torso. Next, add a new layer and select Solid Fill from Fills folder. Use Solid Fill to define certain parts of face. Now select Concept Pencil from Pencils folder. Now use Concept Pencil to outline features of face. I'm actually using a bit large size of Concept Pencil, which is why the outline is thick. By the way, you can use a smaller size for thin outline. And we are done with the outline. What you need to do is go to the paste layer and add a layer above it. Now go to the color panel and select the grayish color. Now add this grayish color to eyes using Solid Fill. Now select this brownish color and add this brownish color to the lens of eyes. Select darker brown color and add it to upper lip. Okay, we are done with base colors. The next step is to add shades. First, we're gonna add shadows. So for this, we would add a new layer and we would change its blending mode to overlay. Select this dark purple color for shadows. Now, add shadows using Solid Fill. We are not complicating the shadows. We are just adding cast shadows. And we are done with shadows. The next step is to add light to make it more interesting. Navigate to face layer and add a layer above it. Now change its blending mode to hard light. Okay, let me explain first. We are going to add a cyberpunk bluish light to left side and pinkish light to right side. Okay, so first I'm going to select this bluish color and from markers folder, I would select the glazed marker. You can change its size and angle according to your requirement. Navigate to face layer and select this layer. Navigate to hard light layer and from selection tools menu, change the appearance of selection mask so that I can see the interaction of different colors. Now use bluish color to add light to the left side of face. Use eraser to erase any extra color and add it in a way that it defines the planes of face in simple rectangular way. We are keeping it straightforward and not too complicated. Now I have selected the areas on the left side of face like the cheeks and other planes where light would hit. Add a small rectangular light patch to upper lip. Okay, we have added the light in a simple way. Now select Coarse Pencil from Pencils folder. Now use a coarse pencil to add bluish light to edges of hair, creating a rim light effect. Since the hair is curly, we will follow the curl pattern with our light. Use a coarse pencil to add a rim light effect to neck and shoulders, varying the thickness of line according to the planes of neck and the shoulders. Some areas will catch more light according to the planes, so we will make those lines thicker and more defined. Now select pinkish color and let's add pink light to the right side of face. The light pattern would be according to the planes of face, so we have to follow that pattern to make it more natural. Okay, so we are done with the face lighting. Now it's time to add light to here using a coarse pencil. Use coarse pencil to add a rim light effect to here and follow the curl pattern of hair, which would make it more realistic and it would make sense. Now use coarse pencil to add rim light effect to neck and shoulders. Make lines thicker where the areas would catch more light, or you could say according to planes of the shoulders and neck. Now that the lighting is looking good, let's not forget the eyes. They are super reflective. Next, we will add some highlights to eyes to really make them pop. Proceed to the outline layer and add a layer above it. Now from color panel, you need to select this bluish color and using coarse pencil, add highlight to eyes. Now use this orangish color and using small size of coarse pencil, add reflective shines to eyes. Add color to teeth as well. Let's add another light source to the scene to the right side, maybe one that's coming from the environment. Navigate to hard light layer, add a layer above it and change its blending mode to hard light. Now select this yellowish color and using the coarse pencil, add first secondary light to here. Following a curl pattern, this yellowish light would make our artwork more interesting. Now add a warm yellowish glow just to the edges of face. Keep the yellowish light to the edges and don't overlap it with a pink tone. Ultimately, we are done. How can we forget the halftone effect? So the next step is to add halftone effect. Moving on, add a new layer and change its blending mode to linear light. Now long press to pick this bluish color. Select modified halftone from Screentone folder. Now using a halftone brush, add a halftone effect outside of our artwork. Add halftone effect outside of here, following a curl pattern. Add halftone to some parts of face as well. Now long press to pick this pinkish color and add a pink halftone effect outside of our artwork. Now add yellowish halftone on pink one to make it stand out. Okay, we are done with halftone effect. Now select reddish color from color panel. Now using solid fill, draw a strange spider signal. Go to the Tools menu and select Lasso tool. Duplicate this signal and transform this signal. Again, duplicate it to make it triple and then transform it according to the alignment. Duplicate these signals to the other side and boom, we are done. Hope you like the process. Like, share and subscribe.